Al Aqsa Mosque, also known as Masjid Al Aqsa, is one of the holiest and most significant religious sites in Islam, situated in the heart of the Old City of Jerusalem. Revered as the third holiest site in Islam after the Masjid al-Haram in Mecca and the Masjid an-Nabawi in Medina, Al-Aqsa holds immense historical, spiritual, architectural, and political significance. The name, Al-Aqsa, means the farthest mosque, and it was so named in reference to the miraculous night journey Isra and Mi'raj of the Prophet Muhammad, during which he is believed to have traveled from the Kaaba in Mecca to Al-Aqsa and then ascended to the heavens. This event is deeply rooted in Islamic belief and is commemorated annually during the month of Rajab. The mosque is located within a larger compound known as Al-Haram Ash-Sharif, or the Noble Sanctuary, a 144,000 square meter area that also houses the iconic Dome of the Rock with its gilded golden dome, as well as several other smaller mosques, madrasas, fountains, and Islamic landmarks. The entire sanctuary is referred to as Al-Aqsa Mosque by many Muslims, not just the silver-domed prayer hall commonly associated with the name. Historically, Al-Aqsa is believed to be one of the earliest established sites of worship in Islam, with a history that predates Islam itself, as it is believed that prophets such as Abraham, David, Solomon, and Jesus all had connections to this sacred area. The site has seen multiple destructions and reconstructions due to earthquakes, wars, and political upheavals. Its earliest form under Islamic rule was constructed shortly after the Muslim conquest of Jerusalem in 637 CE by Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab, who recognized the significance of the site and ensured it was restored for worship. The present structure largely reflects renovations made during the Umayyad Caliphate under Abd al-Malik and later his son al-Walid in the late 7th and early 8th centuries, although further contributions and restorations were carried out by the Abbasids, Fatimids, Ayyubids, Mamluks, Ottomans, and more recently by the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. Architecturally, the mosque is an example of early Islamic design, with later influences from Byzantine and Crusader elements due to its long and complex history. The prayer hall features 7 aisles and a large central nave leading to the mihrab prayer niche with a beautiful wooden dome covered in lead. Inside, visitors find intricate mosaics, marble columns, and Islamic calligraphy, all contributing to a serene and spiritually uplifting environment. Al-Aqsa has also been a site of conflict and contestation, particularly in the modern era, as it stands at the heart of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. For centuries, access to the site has been a focal point for both religious devotion and political tension. Under Israeli occupation since 1967, the administration of the mosque has remained in the hands of the Islamic Waqf, a Jordanian-backed religious trust, which oversees its daily affairs and maintenance. This unique arrangement has led to an uneasy status quo, whereby Muslims retain custodianship of the site, but Israel controls the surrounding security and entry points. The situation has sparked numerous confrontations, particularly when right-wing Jewish groups advocate for expanded access or propose changes to the existing arrangements, fueling fears among Muslims that their rights to the site may be compromised. Al-Aqsa is also a potent symbol of Palestinian identity, resistance, and nationalism. Throughout history, particularly during times of colonial and foreign rule, it has served as a rallying point for Muslims and Arabs who see its preservation as tied to broader struggles for sovereignty and self-determination. In recent decades, Al-Aqsa has been at the center of uprisings such as the Second Intifada, which was sparked in part by a provocative visit to the site by Ariel Sharon in 2000. Despite political turmoil, Al-Aqsa remains a place of prayer and peace for millions of Muslims. Every Friday, thousands gather for Jummah Friday prayers, and during the holy month of Ramadan, the compound is filled with worshippers from dawn until nightfall, highlighting its continued centrality in the religious life of Muslims around the world. In addition to its religious functions, Al Aqsa is also a center of education, community activity, and cultural preservation. Throughout the centuries, scholars and students have flocked to its courtyards and halls to engage in Quranic studies, jurisprudence, and the arts. The site houses libraries, schools, and cultural institutions that preserve centuries of Islamic heritage. Its manuscripts and architectural features bear witness to an unbroken tradition of devotion and learning. The complex also includes notable structures like the Dome of the Chain, the Al-Marwani prayer area previously known as Solomon's Stables, and several ancient minarets that dot the sanctuary's perimeter. The architectural splendor of Al-Aqsa, combined with its religious importance, makes it a focal point for millions of pilgrims annually, although access is often subject to travel restrictions and geopolitical tensions. Over the years, efforts to restore and preserve Al-Aqsa have been undertaken by various governments and organizations, most notably the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan and UNESCO, which recognize the site's cultural and historical value to humanity. These restoration efforts aim to protect the site from deterioration while respecting its sacred status. However, restoration is often complicated by political disputes and periods of unrest, including repeated damage during military incursions, settler violence, and vandalism. Despite these challenges, Al-Aqsa continues to be a beacon of spiritual resilience and hope. Its beauty, sanctity, and deep connection to Islamic history render it an irreplaceable treasure of the Muslim world. As Muslims face the Qibla in prayer across the globe, many remember that Al-Aqsa was the first Qibla in Islam before the direction of prayer was changed to the Kaaba in Mecca. This historical detail adds yet another layer of reverence and emotional attachment to the site. Moreover, Al-Aqsa's role in eschatological Islamic traditions, where it is mentioned in prophecies and believed to be the site of significant events in the end times, underscores its lasting spiritual significance. For Jews, the site is also sacred, known as the Temple Mount, believed to be the location of the first and second Jewish temples, making it one of the most contested religious spaces on earth. While differing religious narratives coexist and often clash over the site's identity and control, the sanctity of Al-Aqsa remains deeply embedded in Islamic consciousness. Muslim leaders and scholars across generations have emphasized the importance